Trump's return to the White House has thrown the economy into a whirlwind, and the ripple effects are being felt everywhere. Global markets are rattled, investors are sweating, and top economists are dropping words like chaos and detox. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says we're shifting from government-fueled spending to private sector survival mode. Meanwhile, banks are hiking their recession odds. The White House says stay calm. But is there a reason to panic? Let's dig into what's really going on and uncover the 4 warning signs that show life in the US might be changing fast. Is a recession coming? Let's not scream recession just yet, but there's smoke, and where there's smoke, there might be a fire. Goldman Sachs recently bumped its 12-month recession odds from 15 to 20%. Not catastrophic, but the direction isn't comforting. These odds could climb even higher depending on how the Trump administration plays its next move, especially if tariffs and trade wars escalate. We're teetering between a soft landing and a serious slowdown. But haven't we heard this before? Yes and no. Back in March 2023, recession fears were also high. But the storm never came. Still, economists and markets don't make predictions lightly. What's different now? Rising debt, slowing consumer activity, shaky global markets, and a leadership style that's far from conventional. And while 2 quarters of negative GDP is the rule of thumb recession metric, the real call comes from the National Bureau of Economic Research. They look at the whole picture: jobs, spending, production. Right now, the picture is getting a bit blurry. So even though we're not technically in a recession, the warning signs are flashing. Let's look at 4 of the biggest red flags. 4. Americans are tightening their wallets. Consumer spending powers 70% of the US economy. When people stop buying, the whole machine slows down. In January, spending dipped 0.2%, the first drop since March 2023. Not massive, but noticeable. Some blame cold weather. Others blame growing anxiety. Meanwhile, consumer confidence is plummeting. February's drop was the steepest since August 2021. That means Americans aren't just spending less, they're feeling worse too. Add inflation into the mix, plus Trump's proposed tariffs, and you've got a recipe for even tighter budgets ahead. When the public starts bracing instead of buying, businesses suffer. And when businesses suffer, the economy suffers. 3. Debt is exploding. And so are delinquencies. America's love affair with credit cards is reaching a dangerous climax. Credit card debt has now topped $1.21 trillion, a record. And it's not just the number that's worrying, it's who's falling behind. Delinquencies are rising fast. Auto loans are defaulting at the highest rate since 2010. For subprime borrowers, it's even worse. Over 6.5% are more than 60 days behind on payments. Some are even tapping into retirement accounts just to survive. In 2024, hardship withdrawals from 401ks hit an all-time high. When people start pulling from their future to pay for the present, that's a red flag. And it's waving, too. The job market is slipping, slowly. Yes, the US added 151,000 jobs in February 2025. But that's slower growth than we've seen recently. The unemployment rate ticked up from 4% to 4.1%. Not huge, but still heading in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, layoffs are hitting harder. February saw more job cuts than any February since 2009. Major causes? Government downsizing under Trump's new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, shrinking budgets, and nervous corporations preparing for the worst. Jobless claims are also rising, reaching 242,000 by late February. It's not panic time, but it's not comfort either. 1. The stock market is taking a hit. Investors hate uncertainty, and Trump's trade policies are handing it out by the bucket load. Last month, the S&P dropped 7%. Major players like Tesla, minus 36%, Nvidia minus 25%, and Meta minus 16% are bleeding value. Why? Tariff chaos. Retail giants like Target and Best Buy are already warning of rising prices. Flip-flopping policy moves are making it impossible for businesses to plan ahead. And while the market is still up 10% year over year, the recent losses are a stark warning. Sentiment can shift fast, and wealth can evaporate even faster. If this keeps up, we're looking at a year of economic whiplash. GDP forecasts are sliding, consumer confidence is cracking, and even Wall Street is starting to sweat. Could the US enter a recession in 2025? Maybe, maybe not. But one thing's clear, we're no longer in the economy we knew a year ago. So, what do you think? Are we headed for a reset or a full-on collapse? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more breakdowns of what's happening in the economy before it hits your wallet. Stay smart, stay informed.